My name is Father Jacob Rouse. I'm the pastor of Notre Dame Parish in Cresco, Iowa, and welcome to the end of this little platitude adventure. It's been fun talking about all these platitudes and different things that we say to try to separate ourselves, fix, or solve pain while I stay clean over here.
Like this. And this.
Remember, if you used any of these phrases for yourself while you were in pain, whatever gets you through within legal and moral bounds, go for it. But what I'm focusing on and want to draw attention to is when we humans who don't understand the messy, complicated reality of pain try to simplify it and solve it. If you've used these in the past, take time to forgive yourself. It's okay. We're all learning. We're all figuring this out. One note I would like to make when I gave you these no's from Pastoral Care and Counseling, this is actually Counseling and Therapy 101, I said don't ask questions. What I mean is don't ask questions about the person's pain specifically. So my dog just got run over. Oh no, what kind of dog was it? Or well, what kind of car ran it over? Or like what time of day was it? Was it on a leash? Okay, none of that is helpful. But you can say, oh my gosh, like do you want to see my dog? Or like what can I do? What can I do? How are you doing? Those are kind of questions. Those aren't specifically about the pain. Those are how you can help. Or even better, if someone loses a loved one or has a baby even, what night of the week can I bring a home-cooked meal over to you? Because then, as an anxious person and someone who has been in pain before, it's such a burden to have that phone in your hand and think, okay, who am I going to call? What do I say? How do I ask for it? Just to seriously just offer, like, what night can I babysit? Or what night can I bring a home-cooked meal over? Because then it takes the weight of choice off of them. It's better than, I'll be over here, clean and perfect. Let me know what you need. See ya. Okay, a lot of you have asked too, what do we say? Father, you've told us all these no's of what not to say. What do we say? And unfortunately, there's no answer. Human pain and suffering is messy and confusing. But because we're human, we want a simple, clear-cut answer, and therefore a simple, clear-cut solution. But every action you do to a person in pain is going to be as individual and as distinct as you, that person, and their pain. So we don't have a clear, simple solution. What we do have is embracing them in unity, embracing them in messy unity and being one with them. This is literally, once you go back to clinical, pastoral care and counseling and therapy and talking to another person, this is a specific technique. You don't do any of these things. What you do say is you repeat and affirm back to them what they just said. So, well, my aunt is dying of cancer, and I just had a really hard day. Oh, okay, that must be really hard for you. Yeah, you know what, it is. Or my aunt's dying of cancer. Well, oh my gosh, that must be such a shock. And then that uncorks the person. I've tried it before. It's amazing how it happens. It uncorks the person. Then they might say, well, actually, no, it's kind of a blessing because she's been battling this for a long time, and it's time. And it's great that she won't be in pain anymore. So like John the Baptist, I must decrease, you must increase. That is embracing in messy unity. What you know and what you have to say and whatever wisdom or facts or theology you can offer them does not matter as much as them sharing their pain, their suffering, and their experience, vocalizing it, sharing it, speaking it out loud, because that just really is therapeutic in itself, speaking it out loud. So when you're talking to a person, either at the hospital bed or near a casket, or when they're sharing with you something on the phone, get them talking, get them sharing, not for you to get information, but just allow yourself to decrease and deflate and let them and their experience have the spotlight, because really that's the Christ-like thing to do. So there isn't one-to-one opposite what to say in all these platitudes. One thing really is just admitting defeat. When I was a small boy, I remember my mother had Seventh Heaven. It was a TV show in the 90s and 2000s called Seventh Heaven, and they were sitting in a circle, the main characters or something, and they were talking about dealing with death or sickness or whatever, and one of the persons said, I don't know how to deal with this or what to say to a person. And then the other person said, I don't know what to say either, so sometimes I just say, that sucks. And I thought that like stuck in my mind because I was so young and we weren't allowed to say that sucks back then. So I think the Lord was using grace and, bringing that moment, letting me carry it with me throughout all my years. Really just, my dog got ran over. Man, that sucks. Like, that's really hard. I'm here for you, Admitting that you don't have an answer, that you don't have something figured out is wisdom in itself, admitting that you don't have all the answers. I'm reading right now a book called The Myth of the American Dream, and in that book, the author speaks about when she was younger, she lost her brother. So her parents lost their son. He died, and all these sympathy cards, and at the funeral, all these words got hurled at them. Basically, all the platitudes I've shared with you, and then sympathy cards with platitudes in it. But the one that mattered most, and the one that the only one they kept, it said, God also knows what it's like to lose a son. So not only is that fulfilling all the check marks of what not to do, it's not even saying God knows your pain. It's basically saying God knows what it's like, and you are not alone. You are not alone. That is what I think embracing in messy unity is really about, is letting that person know that they are not alone. Not bombarding them, but saying that I don't have all the answers, but I'm here for you and I'm here with you. God knows what it's like to lose a son because the Lord himself sacrificed for us and with us. So what do you say? The answer is mystery. The answer is to embrace the mystery. We are treading dangerously into the area of theodicy, not the Odyssey with Odysseus by Homer, but theodicy. You can look this up. This is a set of theological and philosophical teachings and musings about the problem of pain. Why is there a good God in the world who's all powerful and all loving? Why does there pain exist? So I decided and discerned and prayed that that's for another video. That's for another time. We're not going to try to get into that. Human pain is messy. Human pain is uncomfortable. Suffering is unknown. But we have an even greater mystery than pain and suffering. We have the person of Jesus Christ. We have God, our Father. So even though there are distinct truths and actual doctrines that we have in our faith, like I believe in one holy Catholic Apostolic Church, or the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit, we say all this stuff in the Creed. But when all else fails, we cling to the person, not the doctrine. We cling to the person of Jesus Christ and God our Father and the Holy Spirit, who enlivens all of us to be with one another. Because all the theology textbooks in the world, even if you've read them all, St. Thomas Aquinas probably, don't know his story very well. I'm sure he lost a parent and he was smart. And all those can't bring you comfort, except what we have specifically as Christians is the person of Jesus Christ. And that's what we get to be for others in their pain, in their suffering. So you're going to mess it up. You're going to do it awkwardly. I still say awkward things on the hospital bed, or when I'm meeting someone for a funeral, or even when someone calls in their pain. I don't do it perfectly either, and you don't have to either. It's okay. The point is that we're learning, we're growing, and we're continuing to journey together as humans towards love and truth. I'm going to put in the description a link to a video by Brene Brown. She's done wonderful things for this world through her writings and teachings about vulnerability and pain and empathy and all sorts of stuff. So in the video, this little woodland animal is stuck in a dirty, dark pit, and then different animals have different solutions to how to help that animal, and you'll find out the right answer. Please go watch that video down there. And that's exactly what Christ did for us. Is he almighty, all-powerful, all-knowing God of the universe comes down to be with us as a baby, poop his diaper, bleed, suffer, get sick, laugh, cry, party, and rise, so you embrace them in messy unity. That is really the answer. And it's going to be hard, but it's going to be beautiful either way, because there is always a resurrection from every single pain that we experience in life. Okay, my name is Father Jacob Rouse. Go embrace someone in unity. in messy unity, and go wash your hands.